In this tutorial for Revolut Business customers in Switzerland, I'm going to show you how you can use Magic Heidi to generate compliant invoices for Revolut Business. So what's special about Revolut Business is that they give you an IBAN, but unfortunately, the IBAN is not unique to you. This means your invoice also need to contain a reference code. And so we're going to have a look at this right now. So if you go into Invoices, and customize invoices, you are able to add a payment reference here. So depending on your setup, for example, let's say Revolut does give you an IBAN that is Swiss and that you can use. You can, for example, set up your data like this, like here, put your street address, whatever, your zip, enter city. I'm just going quickly here. And then in customize invoice, you can just add the payment reference that Revolut requires. So it's usually your name and the country. And if you then generate an invoice using that data, so I'm just going to check the settings here and make sure it's a Swiss franc, and we're going to generate it in English. And so if we generate an invoice for this, your invoice is going to have your data here. And I see there is one more detail I need to overwrite in the settings, which is in custom bank details, which is a feature we're going to see just after. There we are. You get your invoice like this. There we go. So here you have the Swiss typical QR code that you know, and the additional information that Revolut requires is here, and so you can use that if this is what you need for Revolut Business. Now, some customers who use Revolut Business have a Swiss IBAN, but the address is actually like an address in England or an address in Lithuania. This is, for example, in my case, with one of my Revolut accounts here, where the IBAN is actually not even like a CHF, but it can still receive Swiss payments. And so in this case, what you can do is the feature I was going over before. So if you go back into company details, here you leave everything as is, since this is your official company information. But in custom bank details, here you will just copy paste whatever Revolut gives you. So going back to Revolut, copy. Going back to Magic Heidi, paste. And then you have here all the data that you need, and you can save this. And so now, going back to our invoice, if we generate this, and again, I will make sure I'm generating this in English. Our invoice will look like a normal invoice, but now instead of the QR code, which is not supported for payments internationally or to other countries, it will just display your bank details. And so your customer can still just enter everything. So this is part one of our tutorials on how to integrate Magic Heidi with Revolut Business for Swiss freelancers. I hope it was useful, and I wish you a great day. Bye.